I heard somebody wanted Naya J's testimony. So let me share a little bit about it, okay? This is a trigger warning. The person that I used to be is nothing like the person that I am today. I gotta work up the courage to even share as much stuff as I'm about to share. Some of the stuff I can't even share because I don't feel comfortable, okay? So that's just, I'm gonna preface this by saying that. Okay, we're starting off strong. Okay, so here's picture number one. I was really depressed around this time, if you read the caption. And the sad part is, instead of saving you from drowning, they praise how good of a swimmer you are. Okay, she's always been a poet. She's always been. If you look at the eyes, this was something that I did a lot in my pictures. If you look at the bottom of the picture, it says, "I saw God and she's beautiful." Yeah, I didn't give a shit about God. I didn't care. I'm sorry, I have to say it the way I didn't care. Here's another one with black eyes. Okay, so here's another picture of me and how I used to edit. I used to edit my eyes black. Jump scare. Okay. This is a picture of me and my sister. Look at the caption. If you couldn't see the caption, I'll put it up like this. Yeah. Just look at the caption. Yeah. Another picture going strong. Okay. This is another picture. I don't think there's much more to explain. Around this time in my life, I was going through, like I said, I was really depressed. I was really suicidal. And I had just gotten out of the mental hospital. Actually, in this picture right here, I had just gotten out of the mental hospital because I didn't want to be alive anymore. We all know how that stuff goes, right? And if you look at me, I was so miserable. You know, I was finding pleasure in darkness. I was finding pleasure in Satan. That's the rawest I can give it to you. And I've never been afraid of dark things, and that's something that I feel like is a gift, but it was tainted at a young age for me. Here's another one. It says, "I hate myself, but I still think I'm better than everyone else." Kind of narcissistic, but go off. Around this time, I found pleasure in dark things, and I thought it was cool, and I thought it was sexy, and I was just so liberated. And that's something that God delivered me from. But not yet, though. Like, around this season and this time of my life, I was in the darkness, and I believe right after this season of my life, I went into witchcraft, right? And then after witchcraft is when I got saved. But we're going to take this one step at a time. Here's another case of the black eyes, okay? So the caption, "Why aren't you scared of me? Why do you care for me? Billie Eyelash." Another case of the black eyes. I'm sorry if I'm scaring y'all, but I need y'all to see, because I don't think it takes some people, sometimes you got to see it to believe it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of people think I'm new to this, not true to this. And a lot of stuff that I say, I've been around the block a few times. I've seen it. I didn't come to God because it was passed down to me from my family. I chose him, which means there's stuff that I know. There's stuff that I know that I know. There's so much knowledge I have, unfortunately, from being in this darkness, and there's so much wisdom that I have, unfortunately. I took being wise as a serpent too far. I took it quite literal, even though I didn't read the Bible back then. Okay, I just boom. Here's another one. I used to take pictures like this. I used to take a lot. Here is when I started to go and dibble and dabble into witchcraft. That's a witch. I'm sorry. I got chills on my arms, guys. My hairs are standing up. Whoo, Jesus. It makes me kind of want to cry, because I want you to look at her, and I want you to look at her. Just look. Wow. Here's another picture. Around this time, I had an OnlyFans. This was 2020, October. I had just turned 19. I had made an OnlyFans at 18, turning 19. And I posted these on OnlyFans without the towel covering me. Them biddies, pretty white diamonds. For uncensored photos. For uncensored photos, subscribe to my OnlyFans, link in bio. I don't lie. I might tell you a joke, but I never tell you a lie. Here's a video of me. Yeah. So I get up here I just kind of want to start being more vulnerable with you guys. I want y'all to see where I come from and where I came from. And I want you guys to see why I'm so the way that I am. And there's really no words to explain the way that I am besides the way that I am, and why I know what I know, and why I'm certain that I know what I know that I know. It's time for me to stop acting like that version of me. Like, even though it no longer exists, it's a version of me that some people are probably in right now, and I know how to minister to that, and I know how to help that. And for so long in my life, I even struggle with it till this day, which is why it's such a fight, guys, for me. I feel like my soul is constantly going and swaying back and forth. You got it, it's magic, fight for my soul, it's tragic. Trying to be pulled, and it takes such a strong will for me to choose Jesus every time and every day. It takes a lot, because the gift that God and the gifts that God has given me could easily be tainted. We see it every day. We see it in all these celebrities. We see it in all that. We see it in musicians. We see it in dancers. We see it in authors. We see it everywhere on social media. So I want you guys to understand and know that when I say I love Jesus for real. And this may be the last time I make a statement like this, and not that I tell my testimony, but the last time where I try to get through to y'all's head that I love God. I care deeply, and there are so many people connected to me who don't believe that God sent me, who don't believe that I am who I say I am, that I am who God says I am. I don't know what you guys assume about me. I don't know what ideologies y'all have about me, but I know where I come from. I know where I've came from. And I know where God pulled me from. I know what being a Jezebel is like. I know what being a narcissist is like. I know what being a witch is like. I know what being a sorcerer is like. I know what being on a fast road and highway to hell is like. You saw my past video. If you didn't see it, go look at it. You want to see the music I used to make before the music I make now? Go look at it. Trigger warning, though. So, yeah. Hope this video helps you to know that you're not alone. But over here, jaywalkers, we do things different. I love God, but I show it differently. I follow him differently. I follow him recklessly sometimes. And God knew I was going to be like that. He knew I was going to be imperfect when he made me. He knew I was going to be rebellious when he made me. He already factored in all of my mistakes when he made me. He knew that about me. I'm going to always be a rebel. It's just not going to be a rebel to God. But in order to be obedient to God, you got to rebel against something. So welcome to the family. If you can relate in any way, welcome to the family. If you feel like you don't have anywhere, or nobody understands, or you just don't belong, welcome to the family. If you feel like you've been through so much and it's just so hard to explain because you can't really put it into words what you've been through, because people still won't understand. And the way that you explain it, because you're so strong, you explain it in a way that doesn't sound as bad as what actually happened to you. I understand. Welcome to the Jaywalker family.